everyone, I'm Jagan Girigapati, and in this science video, I'm going to be discussing about the International Space Station. Before I tell you all about this International Space Station, I want to show you how I tell you how I got the idea of making this video. So there's this really nice app called Sky Guide. If you download it in your iPad, then if you put it up in the night, if you put your iPad up in the night, then from the iPad you can see all the planets and stars. And it also gives notifications of when a satellite or something really important in space is coming, like a meteor or a satellite. So, day before yesterday, we got a notification that the International Space Station was coming. So we quickly ran outside, and we were just on time because we saw the International Space Station zooming up in the clouds. So that's how we got the idea of making this video. So now I want to tell you how the people get to the International Space Station. So it all starts with a railer carrying the rocket toward the launch pad. Then, once the rocket launches, before the rocket launches, the people put in fuel and oxygen. Then the rocket launches. The boosters and that part breaks off, and then it pushes the rest of the part into the sky. Then the second part breaks off. Then you have remaining the nose capsule. The nose is the top of the rocket. Inside the nose is a capsule. Then the nose breaks off into space, and then we have remaining the capsule, which there are people inside. Then, after 2 days, the capsule remains in orbit. After 2 days, they reach the International Space Station. So now, I want to show you how they get back from the International Space Station. So, there's 3 parts of a capsule. These 2 parts break off, leaving this middle part. The middle part returns to the Earth. The middle part returns to the Earth. Friction stops it from going too fast. It goes down, like fast. And then, luckily, parachutes show up. Parachutes slow them down. It's friction, and then they return to their home sweet home, planet Earth. Now I'm going to review the parts of the rocket. The launch pad is where the rocket gets ready to blast off. The first stage is where the external fuel is stored. Stage 2 is where the internal fuel is stored. Then we have the nose of the rocket, which splits open to open the capsule. The 3 parts of the capsule. The orbital part of the capsule, which is at the top. The descent part of the capsule, which is in the middle. And the instrument part of the capsule, which is on the bottom of the descent capsule. The orbital capsule and the instrument capsule split open to let the descent capsule go back to Earth. So, why doesn't the ISS go down to Earth and get pulled by gravity? Why does it stay in orbit? So this is an example. This is just to show you how the International Space Station stays in orbit. Say I built a 250-mile tower from Earth. The International Space Station is 250 miles from Earth, so we're at a perfect distance. So say someone just stepped from the tower, the top of the tower. Then say someone just stepped and then fall and smack into the earth. But what if someone made a running leap? What if someone made a running leap and fall down? The point where you made a running leap and fell down was farther than the point where you just stepped down from the tower. What if you went 18,000 miles per hour from the tower? Then your run would make an arc around the earth. So you would be orbiting the earth. But what if you went from the tower 25,200 miles per hour? Then you would be going so far, like Dash from the Incredibles movie, if you watched it, like that little boy who always runs fast, or even Flash. You would go so far that you would be like a planet orbiting the sun. So now I'm going to give you some facts about and details about the International Space Station. The International Space Station, due to nowadays, is an amazing satellite in space orbiting around the Earth that was built by United States and Russia and 14 other countries. There were other satellites in the back. The International Space Station was not the first one in the past. There were other satellites that were built before the International Space Station. For example, Russia built Mir. The International Space Station is also a place where they do science experiments and other experiments in space, like testing if plants can grow and how animals behave in space. So the International Space Station, as I said, is in Earth's orbit because Earth is pulling the gravity from Earth is pulling the International Space Station, but it forms a curve around the Earth. So at the same time it's falling, but it's not touching the ground. And people usually complete their missions at about 6 months. Sometimes satellites get broken. And people, they have to wear astronaut suits and oxygen tanks and go out and do spacewalk to the part where it is broken and fix it. And then return back inside. So there are also at each side solar panels, and they collect the sun's heat to form electricity. Some houses at some neighborhoods also have solar panels. The International Space Station is as big or bigger as 2 soccer fields. It's 2 soccer stadiums. So thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to Jagan's channel, and I hope you have a happy learning time with science and space. Bye everyone!